welcome back to the lab. This
Welcome
is
back.
Chemistry. I go by the name of Miles. Over there is
Marcel Samuel Williams.
Okay.
Come on now.
Take his identity, why don't you?
I like the whole thing.
Today's topic, I want to talk about networking.
Okay.
Now, I want to talk about this because
Networking.
a couple weeks ago, me and Marcel, we were outside of the venue for the premiere of the film that we did, and we were approached by a guy. He said he just moved here. He was from New York, and he's a photographer, right? And he's trying to meet people and stuff. So he started talking about himself. That's how we learned that he was from New York and he was a photographer. And I was like, oh, snap, hey, our photographer had just dropped out on us that day. I'm like, hey, man, are you doing something tomorrow? You could come by here. And I forget what he said. I think he
didn't say that.
Yeah,
He
I think he
kept
kind of
talking
just
about
brushed
him.
it off, and then he just kept going, oh, okay, that's cool. Well, yeah, man, what I'm saying? Here's my Instagram, and this is all of that. And I'm like, yo, yeah, I see your pictures, man. Yeah, we could really use somebody tomorrow. And he just kept, brushing it off and not addressing that. I'm saying, nigga, you should come here if you're trying to meet people. Here. What I'm saying? I'm not even saying for free. We can hire you to come and do this shit. I say this because most people I know are terrible at networking. I'm talking about garbage.
Yeah.
Absolutely shit. And I hate that for y'all. Genuinely. I think one of my biggest strengths is networking. The reason I'm able to do a lot of stuff that y'all see me do is because of me networking. And I think the biggest thing I want people to learn is the best networking comes from a need.
Yeah, that's the only. Well, not the only, but you're right. The best. The best
networking comes from a need. You fulfilling somebody's need or somebody else fulfilling your need. And that is how, boom, you become connected. But I can't tell you how many times I've been handed business cards, how many times I've been approached like, hey, I'm an actor and I do this. And I'm like, well, I'm not filming nothing right now. So it's like I don't really have necessarily need for you. But obviously with that type of networking, you just try to keep up with each other. You know what I'm saying? Instagram is the best place, or social media, Facebook, Twitter, whatever your social media is. You just keep up with that person. You know what I'm saying? You chat every now and then, you comment, blah, blah, blah. You stay on that person's radar. So then when it is time to cast or whatever, this is just an example for actors and stuff. When it is time to cast, it's like, oh, snap, you kept up. Here's the casting call. So I'll be looking out for your audition. But a lot of people are just, hey, here I am, use me now, and then forget about it. It's a bunch of people who, I've met that have told me they're actors, and I'd never hear from them again. It's like, well, why would I think about using you?
True that. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how life in general works. Like everything you do in life, I think we overcomplicate networking. Maybe we just get scared walking into a room with people we don't understand. Because I think me personally, that was my problem. Probably just I wasted a lot of time trying to be cordial and be nice with people and just doing the wrong things and not understanding why I was there. Because I actually I've networked a lot. Like I was going to actually the Gwinnett Chamber of Commerce. I was a member there, and they had like these in-person chamber meetings twice a week, and I would go once a week. I went for over a year. I was going every week. Jeez. And I had some closed networking groups that I would go to. We meet every Tuesday, and it was even a smaller group. It was like 15 of us in a room, and we would just share networking stuff together. So I've networked a lot, and but I can tell you, I think the problem that I had, and a lot of people have, is that we just get in our head and overcomplicate how simple networking truly is. It's so simple. What do you have to offer? Find the person that needs what you have. I think people go and don't know what they have to offer, and they don't know who needs what they have to offer. Yeah, and it truly just turns into a numbers game. Like it's maybe uncomfortable because I know for me, I have a problem sometimes just speaking to new people that I don't know. I just get in my head, but Hey man, it's 30 people in that room. Hey, how you doing? My name is, I do this. Yeah, well, I do insurance. Whatever, I do video. You don't need that? All right, hey man, it's good meeting you. If you ever need video, call me. Bye. Next person, like, move on. It's a numbers game.
It's also a timing thing.
And a timing, yeah.
Just going back to the film industry aspect of it, it's been a lot of people who have come up to me and told me they're actors, and I'm literally either in the middle of filming or I'm about to cast something, and it's like, hey, perfect timing, you know what I'm saying? Here it is. Or whether it was a girl who did special effects, and I was looking for a special effects person, and she came up to me and said, hey, I do special effects. Perfect, you're hired. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was literally looking for somebody, and now she's in my freaking network. So I think a lot of it sometimes is timing as well, like being able to, but if you do your research, then, you know what I'm saying, you kind of know the timing of certain things. Like, if you follow somebody and you may not have met them before, like, you know what I'm saying, an opportunity may have presented itself for you to present yourself to that person to be able to network with that person. But it's just, I get very tired and sick of hearing and seeing people like, oh, I don't know how to network, and it's like like you just said, you're overcomplicating it. You're making it a lot more harder than what it actually is. It's literally very much simple. And I also think people try to network with people that they almost pretty much out of their league. Like you're trying to network up like so hard. You're trying to, oh, hey, look at me, look at me down here, and it's like, motherfucker, I don't what?
Yeah.
I know
this is true.
I know somebody else who does exactly what you do, but they're up here with me like on this level, and I can use them. Like, why would I? You know what I'm saying? It's very rare that, you know, you're looking at a celebrity or somebody in a high position that they're going to need you. Like, they're going to want they're going to want to use you. So it's like, Issa Rae has one of the best, you know, quotes to me that I always think about is, you know, stop trying to network up and network across. Like,
network across, because working together,
fucking work literally fucking together. Even with just using Marcel as an example, like, I feel like we didn't become more close until I had a need for him. Like, when he did my premiere in 2017, that's really more so when our friendship started to get better and stuff. But before then, I didn't really have a need for the nigga. I didn't really, like, he was cool and stuff, but it's like I didn't see our paths like crossing and stuff. But when I saw that, oh snap, he can come and he can do this, it's like, hey man, hey, yeah, you cool people. What's up? Yeah, let's rock on out with it. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? You build from there, but it came from a need. Most of the people around me, most of the motherfuckers that I surround myself with have come from a need. I've built that connection and that relationship from having a need for them. And I think, just capitalizing off of that need and then seeing who you like and who you want to use again and build more relationship with is key. And it's also, I forget, I don't know if you said this, but I mean, I've been hearing this a lot lately. People truly do need to realize that everything is transactional.
Everything.
Everything is transactional. You need to stop thinking it's just about liking the person or liking each other or like, oh, I think they're cool or anything like that.
Yes. Some people deal with that very hard.
It's very much everything is transactional. Now, it's like, I think it's a bad connotation on the word transactional. Like, it doesn't have to mean like everything is you know, for money, or everything is, you know, everything is just being used. Like, you're just using each other. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't care. It doesn't mean you don't care about the person. It's just still, you know, transactional. There's friends that I have that aren't in the film industry. I'm not as close with those friends because I can't really do shit with them. You know what I'm saying? I can't. My life is the film industry, so it's like we can't really, like, you know, we still hang out every now and then. We still talk. It's not like we're not friends, but our being able to see each other as much is not heavy because there's not much. Our paths aren't crossing too much. My paths cross with people in the film industry. So a lot of my friends that are close in the film industry is transactional. You know what I'm saying? It's very much, hey, how can I use you? How can you use me? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's, I care about you, you care about me. Let's, you should be using your friends. And I think that's another reason why people have a hard time networking, because they're like, oh, they don't want to use and they don't want to be used. And that's why you're never going to get nowhere, motherfucker.
Like, we all out here using everybody. Like, it's
just genuinely life. Like, but that's something I had to realize too. Like, I had to realize that, like, everything is transactional. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything is how valuable are you?
How valuable are you? And these are the basic principles of like life. And I didn't get that look because I think people are crazy. Because I think, like I said before, we just overcomplicate it. But networking and life, when it comes to how much money you earn in life and how much value you have in this society, in this world, just comes down to what do you have to offer. And the problem why people get frustrated because they ain't got nothing to offer and they mad that they or they're offering the same thing 100 other people in the room are offering, and it's not like unique. And it really comes down to just getting out your feelings, because we live in a very emotional society where people are literally making life-altering decisions based on how they feel today, and it's like, all right, well, chill out, pump the brakes, and just think it through. Like, use your brain and think logically on this. So it's like, these are the basic principles of this stuff. Like, it just really comes down to what do you have to offer somebody, even in a relationship. When you going after a woman or a woman's going after a man, like, what does the person have to offer? And that sounds bad because I know people hate that term. Like, what do you have to bring to the table? Ma'am or sir, what do you have to bring to the table? I don't care if you don't like it. That's why you're single. Yeah. So what does it have? What are you bringing?
You look at it, looking at it from the business aspect, you look at it from, assets and liabilities. Like, how much of an asset are you? Like, how much of an asset can you be to the person's life? This goes back to the whole, what the need, like, how can you feel the need from somebody? Like, how can you be an asset to somebody's life? And most of the people out here are liabilities and they're not assets. They're more so, takeaways rather than, able to add to somebody's life. Even once again in the dating world, like, talking to all these women. I just went on a date like a couple of days ago, man, and the girl I'm talking to, nothing but a liability. Like, I see nothing. I see no asset to her at all. Like, she has nothing to offer outside of sex. It's like, well, you know what I'm saying? Once again, you can get sex from so many freaking people. Like, how are you differing? Like, how are you different? How are you being an asset to a man's life? And I mean, same to the guys. Like, how are you being an asset to the woman's life? So it's not being a fucking liability. Like, I look at, once again, a lot of my friendships. I look at, even, I was thinking about this the other day as far as when it comes to SVS. A lot of the things that I do with SVS, if Miles wasn't a part of it, it wouldn't happen. And it's like a good and a bad thing, but it's like, I look at it, which I don't have no problem with this, but you know what I'm saying? If I died today, SVS is done. Like, there is no more SVS. There's nobody to take over SVS. There's nobody to continue to do things with SVS, because I've become such the asset for SVS. It would be very hard for anybody to come in and try to, run this and try to continue and try to do such a thing. And it's like, most of the people I've come across with SVS are mainly liabilities. I think a lot of people that I've, had issues with or had to, part ways with, they were liabilities. Like, they weren't, for me to be able to part ways with you easily, you're not an asset. Like, there's no way I can see you as a fucking an asset, because I feel like I can easily replace you. There's nobody that has left SVS that I have not been able to easily replace, that hasn't been replaced. that I haven't been able to. Oh, they're gone. Okay, well, somebody's right here next in your spot. I feel when it comes to me, you can't easily do that. If I'm gone, you can't easily just be like, okay, well, let's just put somebody right here, and what I'm saying, things will continue to become emotion. So becoming valuable, that's all that was said to talk about. Becoming valuable, becoming irreplaceable.
Become irreplaceable.
There's not a lot of people who are irreplaceable.
It's not. And to be honest, and again, we're going back to just people in their feelings. There's nothing to really get in your feelings about. It's just unfortunate the way it is. That's just the way life kind of works, to be honest. And I think the sooner you can even understand that, the better you'll do when it comes to networking or life in general. Because it's not about, the world has so many people in it. It's not all about you. So when it comes to networking, somebody want to network with you, or I don't know how we got on relationships, but if somebody don't want to be with you, it's not because you're a piece of crap or you're a horrible person. It's just get out your feelings and move on.
Your
and find
value
out.
is not high enough.
Your value is not high enough for that
to me,
position,
it's your value was not high enough, and I can't stress this enough how much people over fucking estimate their value.
Overestimate their
people
value.
do not understand. They are not realistic about their value to the world. This is not how you value yourself. How you value yourself and what you see in the mirror is completely different
than someone's perceived value.
Yes, how you are perceived in the world. We said this with Kiana. You can think of yourself as an 8, 9, and 10, but in the world you might be a 4, 5, and 6. But that doesn't mean you have to diminish yourself, like as far as not having the self-confidence. It's just realizing what like your value is in the world. And I think I don't know if that will ever go away, but I feel like that disconnect has always been the issue with this world. People seeing their value 10 times higher than what everybody else sees their value is. And I feel like you're living a hard life in that sense, because you're always going to be counted out. Because playing devil's advocate, though, it's like you can, what I'm saying? We just talked about Tyler Perry. You can look at it as, hey, I know I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know, but no, I can't even use that in the aspect, because you can look at it in Tyler Perry aspect, and like he can I don't know his mindset how it was, but he could know his value, but he can know how to reach the people who would see his value.
Yes, and I do. Yeah. So it's like having a bucket of water, and it's like, okay, or if you're trying to sell ice, but you're in Antarctica, like, okay, you're not very valuable. Sometimes it's about going to where you are valuable.
Yes.
Like sell that shit in the summer, or go to where it's hot. Now you got ice. Now you're valuable. You know what I mean? So it's like,
realizing where your worth is, realizing where. So if you think you're a 8, 9, and 10. But you're around women who are actually 8, 9, and 10s, like in the fucking world. That's probably not where you'll be perceived as a 8, 9, and 10. Like your value. You need to go over here with these people, and then now you'll be looked at as an 8, 9, and 10. But I think where the issue is, people want to be over here instead of where they want to be. So that's like relationship wise. If you take it from the career aspect, the movie we just made called Stripper Party, we made it because we knew the value on TUBI would be high. We knew that type of content would do great on TUBI. I'm not about to submit Stripper Party to a bunch of film festivals. I'm not about to try. I'm not about to try to get it on Netflix. I'm not about to try to promote it as, oh my gosh, guys, I need to come watch this award-winning fucking film. No, because we know the value of it. We know certain people are gonna look at that film and be like, holy shit, this is one of the best fucking films I've ever seen. But we need to find those people. We're not going to just go put it out in the world and expect, hey, man, come watch Stripper Party and it get a 2% on Rotten Tomatoes. That's not
that bad.
I'm just saying, we know where the value of that film is. So it's like, I think people just got to be more realistic. People have to be more realistic of their value and what they bring to the table and what they can offer.
Yeah, and that kind of, and that's where it gets a little muddy, because sometimes people don't have the self-awareness. Sometimes we lack the self-awareness to understand what we
most people
are.
do.
Unfortunately, a lot of people do. They don't, or because a lot of times, and just using our industry for an example, somebody had like their first movie premiere and they're like putting it everywhere, and it's a crappy movie. Unfortunately, they shot it on their cell. Not that cell phones are bad, but they didn't have a lot of budget. None of the actors can act, but they got it on social media, and then they feel bad that nobody came out to buy a $50 ticket to a $2 movie, and it's like. Then you start to think you aren't. Then your worth even goes even lower than what it really was.
Yeah, because now you're feeling so shitty about yourself.
Yeah, and it's like, come on. It's like, and it's, I don't know. Now we're making it more complex, but at the end of the day, it's still the same values, because it's. Oh, and another side note, it was when you're trying to network up. I think that's a bad idea, because when you try to network up, because if you were to talk to me about something I know, it's video. Like, don't get me wrong, I ain't the biggest, nerdiest guy in the world, the most know-it-all person when it comes to video, but I know video pretty well. I know it pretty well, all aspects of it. But so it's like, so somebody that was on the bottom trying to talk crap to me or trying to just shoot the shots with me, we just having a casual conversation, I'd be able to pick you apart very quickly. You know what I mean? Like, simple question, like, because I've been interviewing lately for some positions and stuff, and I'm so like, sometimes I'm too chill and laid back talking to these people, because it's like you're asking me these remedial questions about what does a 2.8 aperture look like versus a 16, and it's like, really, these are the questions you're asking people, and anyway. So it's like, I don't think it's a good idea. I think it's a wise idea to like kind of network across, like make a horizontal move, a lateral move, network with people that are on your level, and like y'all come up together, as opposed to trying to lie your way in a room where.
Yeah, I think that just goes back to the self-awareness, though, realizing the horizontal level that you're on, because you could think you're here, but you actually need to be down here. So you're really like trying to fucking get up here. But this person like, no,
makes it more difficult. Which would go back to what we were just discussing, trying to sell $50 ticket movie with a $2 movie. You in a room with the executives trying to sell, some bull crap. And they on level 10, you on level 2, and it's like that y'all not communicating.
A great example of that is social. Like social, social is on TUBI and social is on Peacock. Social is a movie is a romantic comedy that has mental health themes, and it's a romance film. That movie doesn't belong on TUBI. That is not where the audience is at all. It goes to Peacock and does fucking great. Like the audience is more so on Peacock for that movie than it is for TUBI. Even when it comes to advertising that film, when I advertised it on TUBI, when I advertised it on Peacock, the success of the advertising on Peacock was 1,000 times higher. Not just because of, the different types of platforms, but because of the type of movie that it was. Like that audience is not on TUBI. Now, I could sit here and be in my feelings like, oh my gosh, why isn't social doing good on TUBI? Like, why is it not? Like, well, it doesn't make any sense. It's such a good film. Like, why would it? But no, motherfucker, I learned, I studied, I researched, and I understood why. Like, it made a lot of fucking sense. Like, holy crap, look at the movies that are doing good on TUBI. Ain't none of them shits nowhere near the fucking subject matter or quality of social. On Peacock, yes, there's plenty of movies that can social can be grouped with. So it's like understanding that you take those steps and then you move into the right direction. You understand, you better yourself. But if you're an idiot and not self-aware, once again, you could take that as, oh my gosh, social's not doing good on TUBI. Like, what? I don't understand. It's such a good movie, and you start to have lower self-worth. I know social's a good fucking film. That's just not.
It's not where it belongs.
Yeah, it's just not where the fuck the shit belongs. So, once again, man, going back to the whole networking thing of it, man, it's a big part of networking is understanding a lot. I was about to say understanding the audience, understanding who you're trying to network with, understanding yourself, understanding what you have to network with.
Yeah.
Like what can you bring? Yeah, what the fuck do you have to offer somebody to network? It's a bunch of people who, and this is, let me just give you tips on bad fucking networking. Hey, hit me up.
That's the worst.
Is the dumbest
I
shit
hate when people do
you can say trying to network. Hey, yeah, man, I'm an actor. Hit me up. For what? For what? Why? You mean, so hit you up, go bypass all of these 100 other actors that are hitting me up and trying to be in a movie, and let me just go bypass them and go to you. That's the dumbest shit you could tell somebody.
It's the laziest thing.
It's so lazy.
And
it's
arrogant.
so stupid. It's very arrogant. It's like, yeah, nigga, nah, hit me up. I hate when people come to me and say that shit. Cause no, nigga, I will never. I will literally never. You came to me trying to network with me, and now you want me to do the work and hitting you up. Son, what in the actual fuck? The great example I can give you is Delapo. Yeah, the interview's dropped already. I went to him. Like, you know what I'm saying? I hit him. I said, hey, man, you know what I'm saying? I'd love to talk to you. You know what I'm saying? Let's link up and all that good stuff. I followed up. I scheduled it. I planned it out. I made it fucking happen. You have to make it as easy as possible for somebody who you really do want to network with. Yeah. You have to make it as easy as possible for them to come and show up. Like, you have to take care of your business. But if you're, hey, man, you know, well, when do you want to meet? You know, where you want to go? What's a good place? Or, you know what I'm saying? If you're making them think and do work, it's already like, wow, I don't need this in my life. You're already stressing me out. It's already too much fucking work. If I would have went to Delapo and was like, hey, man, would love to link up. Let me know when you're free. Like, what? Nigga, he doesn't care about me. Like, what the fuck? Who cares? When you know, I'm never not letting you know shit. But people do that to me all the fucking time. Like, I don't care, bro. Like, that's not good networking. And I just think I'm tired of seeing terrible fucking networking, and I think people genuinely need to understand what it truly means to network, because that's always been said. It's always been said, hey, well, you got to get out here and network. You got to get out here and network. You got to get out here. I think you need to learn how to efficiently network. And that I think that's missing in so many people's lives. And I think that's why a lot of people are stagnant too, because I can't tell you many people, a lot of my friends don't know anybody. Like, all of my friends don't have networks because they're either stuck on being inside, they're too shy to go out, they don't understand themselves, they don't know what they have to offer, and they don't know who to network with. And it's like, well, you're never going to have anything accomplished if you don't fucking get out there.
This is a fact. Yep. This is a... Dang, I had a thought, but this is a fact. That's a fact, man. No, it's fine. It's fine. He was very passionate. He was on it.
I am, man. I'm tired, man.
So
sick of this.
And okay, I think I got it. It's not about, because I'm going to say something, but it's not about making people robots, but it's really just about getting out your feelings. Because even that last comment that hit me up, it's so lazy and, like I said, kind of arrogant. It's like, who do you think you really are?
Yeah,
but the person saying it is like, it comes off like, you not know who I am? Hit me up. You know, or contact my agent. I've seen that. People like hit my agent or go to my assistant. And I'm like,
oh my,
who I like? Go you talking about?
Yeah, like people.
Why? Like, you pick up the phone. That's
words like those are for certain people. You know what I'm saying? There's only certain people who can say. If Denzel said, "Yeah, hit my agent," say fucking less, nigga.
Yeah, right. You know?
Before you walk out the door, that email is sent. Like, you know what I'm saying? You have to have a certain status for that to be said, but 99% of you do not have that status to be over here like, man, just hit me up.
Inflated sense of ego. Like, people really, it's like, I got one movie, they showed my face. I had a speaking line on a BET movie, and it's like, yeah, okay. And but you know, your mama done hyped you up, like, my baby on TV. Now you think you
my baby on TV,
you know, Denzel Jr. And it's like, no, like, you got a long way to go. Stay humble and just remember it's a numbers game, and remember you're really not as big as you think you are.
Remember you really are
some
not
people
as big.
That you think are big and people still don't know who they are. So it's like, why would you think I don't know. It's like, I don't know. It's just staying humble and doing it the right way. Because just get your feelings out of it. You know, I think that's really where a lot of the problems come down to. Just getting your feelings out of it.
Yeah, no, that is a big one.
And it's not about being a dick. It's not about being mean. It's just people, you know, people have their own stuff going on. Like, make it as easy as possible for people to get in touch with you. And know where to be, because again, remember, just if you just know what you have to offer, you'll know who to talk to. Like, I've seen people network in rooms, and there's an issue that I had. There's an issue I had because I was offering video production services, and I'm at the Chamber of Commerce, and it's like, I mean, in theory, you would think, yeah, businesses need video, yes. But now that I'm older and looking back on it, like, these businesses didn't even have marketing departments. They were barely keeping the lights on themselves. They were like me, small businesses trying to just stay afloat, let alone have a marketing plan or marketing budget. I can sell them a $5,000-$10,000 video. They don't. Where am I gonna get a pizza and a handshake for shooting a video? I was wasting a lot. Ended up working out, by the way, but a lot of time was wasted though. So it's like just knowing what you have to offer. So if you're an actor, why would you be in a room outside? Why would you be in any other room than a room full of directors or casting directors? Like, people that can use your services. You know, like, people have to know what they have to offer and know who needs what you have to offer. Be in that room. I found a lot of people in the wrong room to even begin with.
Yeah, I think you said it. Okay, people are in the wrong room, and people
in the wrong rooms.
Yeah, that's what you said before that. People don't know, not what they have to offer, but fuck, I forget what you said. But you said two things that it was perfect.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, man, take it from this, man. Yeah, get out your feelings.
Get your feelings, man. And it's not about being mean. It's like just staying focused on the goal. Because I know it can come off. I mean, not to me, but I can imagine someone that's younger and probably a little less experienced, probably haven't been doing something long, or if you hadn't even put your heart into something, it can hurt you. You know, it's like, what do you mean you don't like me? That was my best performance today. Like, okay, but you know, like, get your feelings out of it and move on. Yeah, it's like, just keep going, stay focused on the goal. You know, like, hey, I keep using the acting example, but if you're an actor, you gotta want it, and that's something I guess ultimately it comes down to something you can't even teach people, is just hunger and hustle. Mm-hmm. You can't teach that, really, unfortunately. Like, it's really just gotta be something. Yeah, you gotta be born with that one. So it's like all this stuff would deter a person that didn't have hustle and hunger and passion to do something. But if you got it, you'd have figured all this out anyway after a couple of years of getting screwed over at these crappy networking events. You would learn to get out your feelings. You would learn to get out your own way and just you would keep going regardless. So if you got the hustle and you know what room to be in and get your feelings out the way, those three things, I think you'll be all right.
Me too. That's a good place.
But you can't teach hustle. So even if you had the other two, you know,
boy, you can't teach hustle.
Hustle is like the most important part, unfortunately.
It is, especially like as an actor, you're essentially an entrepreneur. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the entrepreneur life,
because acting is a commodity. Yeah, it's everybody. It ain't even a hot commodity. It's a cold, who cares commodity. Everybody an actor, you know. So
I think knowing that, as far as the hustler spirit and how bad do you want it, I think those would truly help you in networking, man. So hopefully you got something from this, because I'm just so tired of seeing bad networking. Like, at every event I go to, like, it's just bad networking. And I know some people are just like, it's a matter of working smart and not hard, because I know a lot of people are just like, you know, it's hard to just go up to somebody, you know what I'm saying, introduce yourself. So if you know that it's already hard, well, make sure when you got that courage to go up to somebody, you're going up to the right fucking person. Right. You're going up to somebody that's going to be a connection that's going to be worth it. Because I have that issue as well. I don't like going up to people, but like, if I am going to go up to somebody, I'm going to make sure it's somebody who is worth it, somebody who I can network with, somebody who's going to be an asset and a valuable to, you know what I'm saying, my journey and my life and stuff. Yeah. That's why I don't go up to a lot of you niggas, because a lot of you niggas ain't assets.
It's a numbers game. If it's 100 people in the room, you either got to have a drive and passion to talk to all 100, or personally, you know, me, if I only know I got the energy to talk to 10 people, I need 100, sit back, watch, and be like, those are 10 I need to talk to. Boom. Figure it out.
Work like, smart. That one. Okay, cool. And then I'm gonna be about. So that's, it goes back to the working the smarter, not harder, man. All right, y'all. That was Chemistry, man. Please Please learn how to network.
Please learn
man.
how to network.
It will definitely help you grow. It will help you see a broader aspect. It will put you in different situations, in different rooms, but you have to put in that fucking effort, man.
Yep.
I go by the name of Miles. Over there is
Marcel Samuel Williams.
All right, MSW. Oh, wow.
Come on,
hey,
now.
man.
Look at that.
That's what it stands for.
Yep. These remind me of these old Chamber of Commerce days, wearing these shirts, and oh my goodness.
Flashbacks. This is Chemistry, man. We will catch you on the lab next time. Gang, gang.